Om Shanti. 2nd of December 2023. Morning Murli. Today's Murli's essence is: sweet children, from time to time come to the ocean of knowledge. Fill yourselves with the goods of the jewels of knowledge, and then go out and deliver them. Churn the ocean of knowledge and occupy yourselves in doing service. Question is: which effort is the best of all, and which children does the Father love? Answer: to create a life for someone is the best effort of all. You children should occupy yourselves in making this effort. If you ever make a mistake, do a lot of service to make up for that. Otherwise, that mistake will continue to make your conscience bite you. The Father loves Jnani and Yogi children very much. Song is: the rain of knowledge is for those who are with the Beloved. Om Shanti. You children can understand that there definitely is a difference between listening to a murli personally, hearing it on tape, and reading it. It says in the song, the rain of knowledge is for those who are with the Beloved. The rain is for everyone, but those who are with the Father can also benefit a lot by understanding the expressions on the Father's face and knowing His various directions. However, it is not that any of you can just sit here. You have to fill yourselves with the goods and go and do service, and then return and fill yourselves with the goods again. People go to buy goods in order to sell them. They sell them and then return to buy more. These two are the goods of the jewels of knowledge. You come back to get more goods. There are such senseless ones that they don't make any deliveries, but just stay holding on to the old goods. They don't want to obtain more new goods. People go on pilgrimages. The pilgrimage place would not come to them because those images are non-living. Only you children understand these things. People don't understand anything. Big gurus such as Shri Mahamandaleshwar, etc., take their followers on pilgrimages. So many people go to the Triveni. They consider it to be charity to go to the rivers and make donations there. Here, there is no question of performing devotion. Here, you have to come to the Father. Therefore, you children have to understand and then explain to others. You also have to explain to people at exhibitions. Children, you know that not everyone goes around the cycle of 84 births. A very good method is needed to explain this. It is this cycle that people become confused about. No one even knows about the tree. They also show a cycle in the scriptures. They show its duration. There is confusion in that cycle. We go around the full cycle. We take 84 births. However, those of Islam and the Buddhists come later. How we pass through the stages of Sato, Rajo, and Tamo is shown in the picture of the cycle. How can we show the same for all the rest? For those of Islam and the Buddhists, etc., that come, they too go through the stages of Sato, Rajo, and Tamo. We also show our variety from image. We also show our variety from image. We go around the whole cycle from the golden age to the iron age. The top knot is Brahmins. Then the face represents the golden age. The arms represent the silver age. The stomach represents the copper age. And then the legs are shown to be the last. We can show our variety form image, but how can we show this for the other religions? When they start, they too are Sato Pradhan, and they then go through the stages of Sato, Rajo, and Tamo. This proves that no one has ever gone to Nirvana. They have to go around this cycle. Each one has to go through the stages of Sato, Rajo, and Tamo. Abraham, Buddha, and Christ, etc., were human beings. Baba has many thoughts about this at night. He loses the drowsiness of sleep with these thoughts. He loses his sleep in these. Very good methods are needed to explain these. A variety form image has to be created for them. Their feet should also be shown at the end, and then this should be explained in writing. You children have to explain that when Christ comes, he too has to pass through the stages of Sato, Raju, and Tamo. He doesn't come in the golden age. He has to come later. They would ask, would Christ not come in heaven? This play is predestined. You know that there were other religions before Christ and that they have to repeat. The significance of the drama has to be explained. First of all, you have to give the father's introduction. How do you receive the inheritance from the father in a second? It is remembered. You receive liberation in life in a second. Look, Baba has so many thoughts. It is in Baba's part for him to churn the ocean of knowledge. The words Godfatherly, birthright, now or never have been written. You also have to write the words liberation in life. If the writing is clear, it will be easy to explain. You received the inheritance of liberation in life. Kings, queens, and subjects are all in liberation in life. So, the writing has to tell you this clearly. It can also be explained without the pictures. You can explain simply with signals. This is Baba and this is the inheritance. Those who are Yoga Yukt would be able to explain well. Everything depends on yoga. Your intellects become pure with yoga, and only then can you imbibe this. A soul conscious stage is needed for this. You have to forget everything. You also have to forget your bodies. That's all. We now have to return home. This world is going to end. It is easy for this Baba because this is his business. His intellect is engaged in this thought, in this throughout the whole day. All right, but those who live at home with their families have to perform actions. While physically performing actions, you forget those other things. You forget to have remembrance of Baba. Baba tells you his own experience. I remember Baba. Baba is feeding this chariot, and then I forget. Therefore, Baba thinks, since even I forget, how much difficulty must all of these helpless children be having? How would they increase their charts? It is difficult for those on the family path. They have to make effort. Baba explains to everyone. Those who make effort can write their result and send it to Baba. Baba knows that this really is difficult. Baba says, make effort at night. All your tiredness will be removed if you remain yog yukt and continue to churn the ocean of knowledge. Baba tells you his experience. Sometimes my intellect is diverted to other things, and my head then becomes heated. Then I remove my intellect from those storms and occupy myself in churning the ocean of knowledge, and my head then becomes light. Many types of storms of Maya come. By occupying your intellects in this, all of that tiredness is removed and your intellects become refreshed. When you occupy yourself in Baba's doing service, you receive the butter of yoga and knowledge. This Baba is telling you his experience. The father would tell the children, this and that will happen. Storms of Maya will come. At that time, you should occupy your intellects in these things. You should look at a picture and begin to think about that, and the storms of Maya will fly away. Baba knows that Maya is such that she doesn't allow you to stay in remembrance. There are few who stay in remembrance the whole time. Many talk big. If you stay in remembrance of Baba, your intellect can remain clear. There is no other butter like that of staying in remembrance. When there is a lot of physical burden, your remembrance decreases. Look, the Pope came to Bombay. He was praised so much as though everyone's God had come. He has power, doesn't he not? The people of Bharat don't even know their own religion. They continue to say that their religion is Hinduism. However, Hinduism is not a religion. No one knows where it came from or when it was established. You should have enthusiasm for this knowledge. You Shiv Shaktis should jump with enthusiasm for knowledge. Those people have shown the Shaktis riding a lion. All of that refers to knowledge. At the end, when you have become powerful, you will also explain to the sages and holy men. When you have that much knowledge in your intellects, you can then have that enthusiasm. In the city of Chakrata, if a teacher teaches farmers, they won't study because they only like to farm. In the same way, if you give this knowledge to the people of today, they say, we don't like it. We want to study the scriptures. However, God says very clearly, no one has attained me by doing penance, tapasya, making donations, performing charity, or even by studying the scriptures. They don't know the drama. They don't understand that they are the actors in the drama and that they have taken costumes to play their parts. This is a forest of thorns. They continue to prick one another, continue to loot and kill one another, although they look like human beings. Their characters are like that of monkeys. The father sits here and explains to you children, if a new person were to hear this, he would become heated. You children do not get heated. The father says, I only explain to my children. A mother and father can say anything to their children. If a father beats his children, others cannot do anything about it. It is a parent's duty to reform the children. However, there isn't that law here. Whatever actions others sees me perform, they will do the same. So, Baba told you about what he churned. This one is the first number. He has to take 84 births. And so, how could all the other heads, the founders of the religions, have gone to Nirvana? They definitely have to go through the Sato, Rajo, and Tamo stages. The first number are Lakshmi and Narayan, who are the masters of the world. They too have to take 84 births in the human world together with the highest new man. There also has to be the new woman. How could there be creation without women? In the golden age, the new man and woman are Narayan and Lakshmi. They become new from old. They are the ones who play all round parts. All the rest also go from Sato to Tamo. They become old and then they become new from old. Similarly, Christ first came new, then he went away old, and he will then come again new at his own time. These matters have to be understood. Very good yoga is needed for this. You also have to be fully surrendered. Only then can you claim a right to the inheritance. When you are surrendered, Baba will be able to give you directions. Do this and that. For some who are surrendered, Baba tells them to stay with their families so that they can know their own intellects. Demonstrate this by taking this knowledge while living at home. Demonstrate this by passing. You must not get involved with the household. It is good to remain celibate. Baba asked about each one's accounts. You have taken sustenance from Mama and Baba, and so you also have to settle that debt, and you will then receive power. Otherwise, the father would say, I sustained you by making so much effort, and you then left me. Each one's pulse has to be felt. Then can directions be given. For instance, if this one makes a mistake, the father would free him from that mistake and put it right. This one also continues to follow Srimad at every step. Whenever there is a loss, it is understood that that was in the drama. Then that should not happen again in the future. Any mistakes would make your conscience bite you. If you have made any mistakes, then in return for those, you have to occupy yourself a great deal in doing service. You have to make a lot of effort. To create someone's life in an effort is an effort. Baba says, I love the Jnani and Yogi children the most. If you stay in yoga while preparing and serving food, there can be a lot of progress. This is Shiv Baba's Bhandara. So, Shiv Baba's children would definitely be Yoga Yukt. Gradually, your stage will become elevated. It definitely takes time. Everyone's karmic bondages are their own. There is no burden on Kumaris. Yes, there is a burden on Kumars. When their children have grown up, They are a burden to their mother and father. The father explained to you so much. He sustained you so much. And so you have to look after them. You have to settle the account so that their hearts become happy too. Worthy children place everything in front of their father when they return from their travels. You have to settle the debt. Do you not? These matters have to be understood. Only those who are to claim a high status will continue to leap like a lion. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dharana. Point number 1. Prepare food while staying in yoga. Eat it and serve it to others while staying in yoga. Point number 2. Churn very well the things Baba has explained to you. Explain them to others while remaining Yog Yukt. Blessing by Baba. May you become crowned with the crown of the kingdom of the world by being crowned here with the crown of responsibility for world transformation through self transformation. Explanation is, just as you all consider yourselves to have a right over the Father and over your attainments, in the same way, be crowned with the responsibility of self transformation and world transformation. You will then have a right to be crowned with the crown of the kingdom of the world. The present is the basis for the future. Check yourself by looking into the mirror of knowledge as to whether you have in your Brahmin life the double crown of purity and the study and service. If any crown is incomplete here, you will claim a right to a small crown there. Slogan for today is, remain constantly under the canopy of Bap Dada's protection and you will become a destroyer of obstacles. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you so much.